Hi everyone, welcome to today class. We're gonna see use of IFRS standards. Okay, so which is around the world. So that is we're gonna see use of IFRS standards around the world. So this was came in 2018. Okay, they found in 2018. See the uses. First we have to know the profited jurisdiction require the use of IFRS. That is a profited means one out of 166 they need a 144. Okay, so they are having 144 profited profile jurisdiction. Okay, so they have been formed a profile out of 166 to 144. Then G20 economics, which require the IFRS standards. Okay, the economic, out of 20 it has a 15. Then the profile jurisdiction require or permit the use of the IFRS standards. Okay, so the profile of use of IFRS standards, the use are followed by out of 166 it is 86. And the GDP of jurisdiction that require the use of IFRS standards is 76 out of 35. 35 out of 76. Okay, so next we move on. We're gonna watch one by one country in the list. Okay, first we move on Africa, Middle East. Okay, so see this map. Okay, so this colored or profile jurisdiction requiring IFRS standards, that is 49. Okay, 49. So and profile jurisdiction permitted IFRS means there is a single, this island. Okay, so it is a single island, and this 49 are requiring IFRS standards, so jurisdiction requiring. Okay, so by this Africa, the use of IFRS standard are required we already seen 49 jurisdiction. Okay, so neither it has one permitted, it is a green color, and neither required nor permitted jurisdiction, just one. Okay, so use of IFRS and SME standards, the standards are follows. There are 28 jurisdiction, so which required or permitted. Okay, so neither required nor permitted, it is 23. So that is permitted 28, nor permitted 23. Okay, and next one, same, the use of IFRS standards. So required 27 jurisdiction, which not permitted 2 jurisdiction, permitted 8 jurisdiction. And this IFRS SME standard required permitted 33 jurisdiction, neither required nor permitted a 4 jurisdiction. Fine. This is under America. Okay, so see this, these all requiring IFRS, this colored. Okay, and the green one which you can see in the middle. Okay, so I can zoom if you want to know. Okay, so this green and this all profile jurisdiction permitted IFRS standards, that are 8. Okay, so next we want to see Europe. Okay, in Europe, so there is a single one permitting standards, that is a 1. Here it is, and others are requiring IFRS standards, that is 43. And the use of IFRS is 43 jurisdiction, not permitted 0, there is no not permitted, and for permitted 1. Okay, so this use means required permitted 8 and neither nor not permitted 36. Next country, see this. Okay, this contribution. So mainly this 27,000 domestically listed companies. Okay, on 88 major stock exchange in the world of IFRS. So contribution, our contribution means the IFRS contribution. They need to develop the IFRS standards, bring transparency, accountability and efficiency. Okay, in the financial market around the world. So their work serves the public interest by fostering trust, growth, long-term financial stability. According to transparency, what it means? So this IFRS standards bring transparency because by enhancing the international comparability and quality of financial information, so which used to enable investors and other market participants to make informed economic decisions. Okay, accountability means whatever transaction they have made, they need to account, they need to book it. Okay, so this IFRS also needs accountability. So accountability by reducing information gap between the providers of capital and people whom they have entrusted their company, their money. Okay, so their standards, they provide needed whole management and globally comparable information. By this IFRS standards are important to the regulators around the world. And efficiency, so this is contribute economic efficiency, so by helping the investors to identify opportunities and risk across the world, so thus improving capital allocation. For business, the use of single and trusted accounting language lowers the cost of capital and reduces the international reporting cost. Okay, so which is mainly, one sec, oh we left more many things. Okay, and the next one is Asia Oceania. So this is, these three are IFRS. Okay, these one is permitting. So requiring IFRS 25, permitting IFRS 3. So use of IFRS standards. So they are required 25, not permitted 6 and permitted 3. And this use of IFRS is required permitted 17 and not permitted 17 jurisdictions. Right? And next one is Europe. So these all permitted and this one is not permitted. This one is this one, sorry, these are requiring and this are permitted, just single one. Okay, in Europe. Fine. So the profile jurisdiction requiring standards 43, which is requiring 43, just permitting 1. Okay, so there is not permitted, there is no permitted in this use. And this use of IFRS, the permitted are 8, neither not permitted 36. So this already we have seen. Finally this. So mainly this IFRS, IFRIC means International Financial Reporting. Okay, this IFRS included IAS, IFRIC, SIC and IASB. Okay, so this IAS means International Accounting Standards. Okay, International Accounting Standards. So this IFRIC, which means International Financial Reporting Interpretation Committee suggests. Okay, interpretation committee suggests, that is interpretation. So this SIC means, this I also interpretation. Okay, SIC. See, this IAS International Accounting Standard, this IFRIC International, one sec, excuse me. So okay, let's continue. So this IAS International Accounting Standard, this IFRS International Financial Reporting Interpretation Committee. Okay, so these two ICIC. Okay, this is for your understanding. So this I interpretation, C for committee, so S for standard. Okay, IAS one International Accounting Standard, this is S for standard, right? So SIC, Standard Interpretation Committee. Fine. This IASB International Accounting Standards Board. So by this use are over. We'll see you on the next class with the next topic. Take care.